Morning, everybody. It is 8:46 on this Friday, end of the week, and we had the jobs number this morning. They came in about as expected. We added 199,000 jobs. The estimate was for higher, actually 220, but that 199 is versus 190 last week. Pardon me, last month. Unemployment rate fell to 3.7 from 3.9. Average hourly earnings were up 4 tenths versus up 4 tenths last month. Work week slightly longer, 34.4 versus 34.3. And the participation rate upticked from 62.7 to 62.8. The markets reacted in the following way. The Dow is now up 13. When the number came out, it went from down 16 to down 77. I think that the high that I saw was down about 109. So now we've come all the way back to up 20. The NASDAQ is down 42. It got down to minus 114. And the S&P, which when I came in this morning was unchanged, was down 3 a minute before and ended up, it was down as much as 18. And I'm just going to get you a fresh quote on that one in a second. Let's see. I'll come back to that in a moment. As far as the rest of the information, Asia was mixed. Europe was slightly higher. The S&P is now actually down about 3. So that came back a long way. But the chart on the screen is the most telling, and that is the bonds. Interest rates on these numbers popped up, and not in an insubstantial way. Excuse me, the 10-year, which was trading around 414, 415 yesterday, is now 422. And so that should give you an idea. And there are also a couple of big auctions on Monday and Tuesday, which is just ahead of that Tuesday, Wednesday Fed meeting. And of course, on Tuesday, I believe we are getting CPI. Let me just check on the economic calendar here. December 12th, that is Tuesday, CPI and core CPI. On Wednesday, PPI and core PPI. And on Wednesday, also, obviously, the Fed Open Market Committee rate decision. As far as stocks go, it was kind of interesting that yesterday, um, we had these earnings, and I mentioned them in last night's letter and in last night's closing comment. Lululemon, which reported a beat, but the stock went from 465 to 429 back to 453. And that's a lot of action in the aftermarket. This morning is 452, so that's pretty accurate, but a lot of action. DocuSign, which beat and had good guidance, had been 47.45, jumped up to 52.18, and then came all the way back to 45.47, which was barely changed this morning. 46.29, which is down $1.15. And the last one I'm going to give you is AVGO. That's Broadcom. It was really all over the place. The stock had closed at 918. On the headline, it moved up to 942 and change. Then on some of the minutia in the actual report, it got all the way down to 889 and a half. And then was 921, currently 925, up $2.74. So kind of interesting. Uh, Back to the futures. As I said, um, the move in the bonds to the downside, they're very overbought, and it's not really surprising. Um, and grains slight unchanged to slightly higher, with the exception of the wheat, which has pulled back by about 4.5 cents. Nothing special there. I'm actually looking for it to go down a little so I can buy some more. Uh, Oil up $1.57. Nat gas up a penny. Gold down 8.90. Silver down 8 cents. Um, the dollar on the increase in rates, 103.90. That's up 40 cents. Bitcoin up 340. Ethereum up 4, and the bonds, as I said, down $1.13.30. That's roughly $1.03. So a pretty big move. Okay, folks, be careful out there and have a good weekend.